Good morning, students. After the vacation, welcome back to the class. I hope you all are doing good. As you know, we have already completed half of our first chapter and now we are on our second last topic of the chapter, that is kinds of sentences, on page number 6. So let's start the class. You have learned that a sentence can be a statement, a question, a request, a command, a denial, or a response. Right? A sentence can be a simple statement, a question, a request, a command, or denial means to deny someone. Okay, मना करना किसी को. Or a response. Response means किसी बात का जवाब देना, response करना. So on the basis of these classifications, we are going to discuss different categories of sentences. Okay? Now read these sentences. I like mangoes. It is not raining. Our pet dog is very playful. All these sentences state something, right? You can read the sentences and you can also understand that these statements are declaring something. Okay, these are simple sentences. There is no question, no request, command, nothing is there. Simple declarative sentences. So these type of sentences are called assertive sentences. Our first type of the sentences. The first type of sentence is assertive sentences. So let us move on to the definition. An assertive sentence makes a statement, as these sentences are stating something, are declaring something. So these types of sentences are known as assertive sentences. It is also known as declarative sentences. Declarative sentences. Why? Because assertive sentences are declaring something, stating something. So these type of sentences are known as assertive sentence or declarative sentences. An assertive sentence begins with a capital letter and ends with a full stop. How does an assertive sentence end? Assertive sentence ends with a full stop. Okay, so our first type of sentence is assertive sentence. And how will you recognize assertive sentences? Assertive sentences start with a full capital letter, ends with a full stop. Assertive sentences are simple sentences, no question, request, command, nothing is there. Simple declarative statements are known as assertive sentences. Okay. Now, assertive sentences are of two kinds. Assertive sentences can also be classified into two kinds. What are they? Affirmative and negative sentences. There are two kinds of assertive sentences. What are they? Affirmative and negative sentences. So look at these statements and how will you identify affirmative or negative sentences? We'll learn it now. Okay. The knife is blunt. The knife is blunt. The knife is not sharp. The knife is not sharp. Look at the sentences. The two sentences convey the same meaning. Right? The two sentences convey the same meaning, has the same meaning. The knife is blunt means chakuta dhota. The knife is blunt. The knife is not sharp. So this is also conveying the same meaning, right? The knife is not sharp. Chakuta sharp noy. So both the sentences are conveying the same meaning. But you can see that but one does so negatively and while the other states it positively. Both the sentences are conveying the same message, that is the knife is not sharp and the knife is blunt. But the first statement is stating the same thing positively. Okay. No, not, nothing is there. The knife is blunt. This is a positive sentence. Okay, and the knife is not sharp. The second sentence is stating the same thing but in a negative manner. Here not is written. The knife is not sharp. Chakuta sharp noy, dhar noy. So there is a negativity in this sentence and there is a positivity in the first sentence, right? So both the sentences conveying the same message but in different manners. The first sentence is stating the meaning in positively and the second sentence is stating the meaning negatively. Okay. So these types of sentences, when you find no, not, na budhok, that is in Bengali, na budhok sentences are negative sentences, and ha budhok, that is yes type sentences, are positive sentences. Okay, a sentence that tells us that something exists or something is happening is called affirmative sentence. An affirmative sentence is also known as positive sentence. There's only no, I told you that a sentence which states something is there and something is happening, hai budhok sentences, are called positive sentence or affirmative sentences. Okay, something exists, okay, मतलब कुछ है, and something is happening, कुछ हो रहा है. This type of sentences are called affirmative sentences or positive sentences. Okay, a sentence that states that something does not exist or that something is not happening is called a negative sentence. Opposite to the affirmative sentence, what happens when a sentence does not exist? A sentence is stating something that does not exist or that something is not happening. कुछ नहीं हो रहा है. No, not, never. These types of sentence words are used in the sentence, and you will understand that कुछ नहीं है, नहीं हो रहा है. These types of sentences are called negative. Na budhok sentences are called negative sentences. Okay, so clear with the affirmative sentences and negative sentences. Negative sentence usually contain not or no. I said no, that in the negative sentence you will find the words not or no. By that you will understand that this is a negative sentence. Now read these sentences that ask questions. Where is my umbrella? Where is my umbrella? Has the gardener sown the seeds? So these sentences are questions, right? So this type of sentences which ask questions are called interrogative sentences. Okay, what is an interrogative sentence? An interrogative sentence asks question. This is the second type of sentence we get. Okay, the second type of sentence is interrogative sentences, and interrogative sentences ask questions. It's very easy. When you find a question, that is an interrogative sentence. Interrogative sentence means questions. Now there are two kinds of sentences. Okay, sorry. An interrogative sentence always ends with a question mark. Okay, we all know that, no, the interrogative sentences means questions, and questions ends with a question mark. You put a question mark at the end of a question, right? Okay, there are two kinds of interrogative sentences: yes or no question and WH questions. How many types of interrogative sentences are there? Two types. There are yes no questions and WH questions. Now what are they? Yes no question and WH question. Okay, let's read it. Read these sentences. Can you swim? Okay, the first question is can you swim, and the second question is does your brother play tennis? Okay, so these questions, have you read the question? Can you swim and does your brother play tennis? So listen, when we ask these questions, we expect the answer to be yes or no. So they are called yes or no question. So what are yes no questions? When you ask a question and the question can be answered with a simple yes or no, then the question is known as yes no type question. Okay, look at the question. Can you swim? When you ask someone, can you swim? Then the person can answer with a yes or no. Like if he knows how to swim, then he will say yes. And if he doesn't know how to swim, then he'll say no. And the answer will be complete with a simple yes or no. Right? Does your brother play tennis? If you ask someone, does your brother play tennis? Then if his brother plays tennis, then he will say yes. And if he doesn't play tennis, then he will say no, and the answer will be complete, right? So in this manner, if you ask someone, do you know how to swim? Then if the person knows how to swim, then he will say yes, and if the person doesn't know how to swim, then he will say no, and the answer will be complete. So these types of questions which can be answered with a simple yes or no, these questions are known as yes no type question. Clear? Now, how do we form yes no type question? We use helping verbs like be, have, do, can, should, may or will to ask yes no type question. Okay, we use these words to ask yes no type question. In such question, the helping verb comes before the subject and the main verb comes after the subject. Okay, in the yes no type questions, we write the helping verb before the subject and the main verb after the subject. For example, you can see, can you read out this story? Okay, are the Guptas coming? Can you read out this story? What is the subject? You. Can is the helping verb. Can is the helping verb. So look, helping verb comes before the subject. You is the subject. So can, the helping verb comes before the subject, no? And the main verb is read, which comes after the subject. Right? Have you seen that? Likewise, in the second sentence also, look at that. Are is the helping verb. The Guptas is the subject and coming is the main verb. So helping verb are comes before the subject the Guptas, and the main verb coming comes after the subject. Got that? The helping verb comes before the subject and the main verb comes after the subject. You is the subject here, and in the second sentence the Guptas is the subject. Okay, now after the yes no type question, we'll move on to our next type of question, that is WH question. Now read these sentences. Where did you go yesterday? Who is your favorite writer? Okay, so look at these sentences. These sentences are starting with where and who. Now look at that. I'll explain it later. Now first of all, read it. Questions that begin with why, what, when, which, who, where, whom and how are called WH questions, as these words are starting with WH. Okay, so the sentences which starts with these words are called WH questions. Okay, in this list, how is also enlisted. Listen, the spelling of how is not starting with WH, it's starting with only H, but then also how is enlisted in the WH question list. Okay, sometimes what, who or which may act as the subject of the sentence. For example, who committed this mistake? Subject is who. Okay, and who left the lights? Who left the lights on? So this sentence, in this sentence also, who is the subject. So sometimes what and who or which can act as a subject of the sentence. Okay, like yes or no question, in WH question 2, the helping verb comes before the subject and the main verb comes after the subject. So like the yes no type question, in WH type question also, the helping verb comes before the subject and the main verb comes after the subject, like the yes no type question I explained before. Okay, so what are WH questions? The questions starting with what, when, where, which, who, whom, why are called WH questions, right? So look, all the words are starting with WH, no? To this list, how is also enlisted. It means if you get a question using how, then you can consider it as a WH question. Okay, and do keep in mind that WH type question cannot be answered with a simple yes or no. The answer must be a complete sentence. For example, where did you go yesterday? Who is your favorite writer? So these types of questions are starting with WH, right? WH. So these are WH type questions, and these types of questions cannot be answered with simple yes or no. Like if you ask someone, where did you go yesterday? Then he cannot answer yes or no, right? He will have to use a complete sentence to answer you. Or if you ask someone, who is your favorite writer? Then will he answer as yes or no? इन सब सवालों का जवाब हाँ या ना में नहीं दिया जा सकता ना. You will have to use a complete sentence to answer these types of questions. Okay, so these are known as WH questions. Now let's move on to our third type of sentences, that is imperative sentence. Now read the sentences. Go away. This is an order, right? Please close the window. When you add please close the window, then it becomes a request. It's a request. Study well. Study well. When you say someone study well, that's an advice, right? It's an advice kind of sentence. A sentence that gives a command or an order, makes a request or gives advice is called an imperative sentence. Okay, when you read a sentence and you'll find that there is a command, order, a request or advice, then the sentence will be imperative sentence. The third type of sentence, imperative sentence. Okay, and in an imperative sentence the subject is usually left out. Okay, when you'll find an imperative sentence, then you will see that subject is missing in the sentence. Okay, you'll not find any subject. The subject is understood to be you in most sentences. In most of the imperative sentence, you will have to understand the subject is you. Okay, it is not written, it will not be written there, you'll have to understand by yourself. Okay, for example, the main sentence is apologize right now. Apologize right now. So subject is missing here. The subject will be you. Okay, when you say someone that apologize right now, then you is missing. It's not missing, right? You'll not use the word you. You apologize right now. Then the subject is you. And if you will not use the word you, then also the subject will be you. Same, go away. When you say someone go away, then you is silent there. Okay, you is mentioned, already understood that you are said to go away. Okay, so these types of sentences are known as imperative sentence, which include command, order, request or advice. Okay, look, not all imperative sentences are necessarily commands. Okay, all imperative sentences are not necessarily commands. They can be also social expressions. So what does social expression means? The words which we use in our daily life, in our social life. Okay, the sentences which we use normally. For example, get well soon, have a nice day. So these types of sentences are also included in the imperative sentences list. Now the last type of sentence is exclamatory sentence. Exclamatory sentence. This is also easy. Look, read the sentences. What a lovely painting. What a lovely painting. What a dark night. Okay, so these types of sentences are known as exclamatory sentences. Why? A sentence that expresses strong feeling is called an exclamatory sentence. When you use a sentence with a strong feeling, it may be with happiness or with sorrow. When you will express a strong feeling, then it's an exclamatory sentence. How? An exclamatory sentence is when you get exclaimed with someone. When you use a sentence in exclaimed way, like wow, what a lovely scenery, oh my god. These types of sentences are exclamatory sentences because these are used with a extreme feeling. Okay, a sudden feeling, with a surprise or with a sorrow, you can say. So these types of sentences which are spoken in with a extreme feeling, sudden feeling, with a surprising feeling, so this and strong feeling, this type of sentences, oh my god, what happened, right? Then yeah, we won the match. Oh, alas, we lost the match. Oh, I am very sorry for you. These types of sentences are exclamatory sentences. An exclamatory sentence always ends with an exclamation mark. So this is an exclamation mark, you know that. So an exclamatory sentence ends with an exclamatory sign. Look, assertive sentences ends with full stop, right? And interrogative sentences ends with a question mark. And imperative sentences ends with a full stop. But in some cases, when an imperative sentence is used, spoken in with a extreme feeling, then you will have to put a exclamation sign after the imperative sentence, like get out. Get out is an order, right? This is an imperative sentence, but this is a sudden feeling and strong feeling, so you will have to put a exclamation sign after the word get out or shut up. So these sentences are imperative, but you will have to put a exclamation mark at the end of the sentence, and at the end of the exclamatory sentence you will always put an exclamation sign itself. So now let's move on to the last topic of the chapter, that is transformation of sentences. How we transform the sentences. Transform means to change the sentence in such a way that its meaning should not be changed. Look, you have learned that it is possible to change the form of a sentence without entirely changing the meaning. Means you will change the form of the sentence, but the meaning will be same. Look at these pairs of sentences that convey the same meaning. By looking at the examples, we will be clear about that. We have just got the sentence like, what was the sentence? The knife is blunt and the knife is not sharp. Both the sentences, first one is positive and the second one was negative, but the form was changed but the meaning was same, right? So in this manner, look, how sweet the song is. This is an exclamatory sentence and the song is very sweet. How sweet the song is. This is an exclamatory sentence and the song is very sweet. This is an assertive sentence and both the sentences convey the same meaning, right? The form is changed but the meaning is same. Same with the aren't elephants very intelligent. Aren't elephants very intelligent. This is an interrogative sentence and elephants are very intelligent. This is an assertive sentence. Okay, first one is interrogative and the second one is assertive, but the meaning is same. Only the form is changed. Same, he did the work. This is an affirmative sentence. He did not fail to do the work. Okay, this is a negative sentence, but the meaning is same, that he has done the work. Okay, in the same manner you can also cite some examples like he is good. Okay, he is good, a positive sentence. He is not bad. He is not bad. This is a negative sentence. He is good and he is not bad. The meaning is same, right? But the form is changed. The first one is positive and the second one is negative, but the meaning is same. So in this manner you can transform the sentences, but the meaning is still same. Okay, you can transform the form of the sentences and the meaning will be same as directed. Okay, you have learned that it is possible to change the form of a sentence without entirely changing the meaning. You can do that, right? So here ends our first chapter. We are complete with all the topics and we have completed our task also, half of them, and now we will also complete the remaining tasks in our assignment and notes time. But if you find any problem with the words, then you can pause the video and then again listen to them. Okay, and you can watch the video twice and thrice, then it will be more clear for you. And then also if you find some problem, then feel to ask me anywhere anytime. Okay, the class is over right now. Thank you.